like I said, I've been an inside zone guy. All right. And I truly believe in this. When you zone block, whether you're running a tight zone play, mid zone play, I mean, there's 8,000, it feels like there's 100 different zone plays, right? We're on A gap zone, we got B gap zone, we got mid zone, wide zone. I think in all of them, these concepts apply, right? There's a chase, there's a stake, and there's a stalemate. Okay. When I'm going to block somebody, I'm the covered guy, a chase. When the defender I'm blocking plays to the front side play of me, right? So let's say I'm the guard, right? I'm blocking a 3 technique. We're running the ball over here. I take my open step. I go to block him. When I block him, he plays that way. We call that's a chase, okay? A stake, when the defender I'm blocking plays to the backside of the play, right? I go to block him. He falls behind me. That's a stake, okay? A stalemate, right? You get those guys. You go put 2 hands on a guy. You go to drive block him, and he just puts 2 feet in the ground. He holds, and he is pressing against the wall. You get a stalemate, right? It happens, okay? And the stalemate, we always tell our guys simply this: don't put 2 guys on a guy who's stalemated. Never. If you're the uncovered guy or you're somebody else, we don't want 2 guys blocking a stalemate, right? The guy who's got the stalemate, lower your center of mass, keep your feet moving and keep pressure to pressure, and eventually he's got to move. If he doesn't release pressure, just stay in the stalemate, okay? Eventually he's going to move, release pressure, and then it turns back into a chase or a stake, okay? So, which leads me to, I'm not a track blocking guy in the zone play, right? I want to chase guys and then stake the defense somewhere, and that's where we run the football. I don't want 5 guys or 6 guys with a tight end. I don't want 6 guys all going on that angle sideways, right? What happens is, right, if we all go like this, and we're all blocking going sideways, these linebackers stand there, they fall behind, the ball cuts back, and there's 2 linebackers standing there to make the tackle, right? So where do you stake the defense, right? Wherever you can get the stake. So vertical and lateral displacement, chase. When the defender chases, we laterally displace, right? So when I go to block this guy, if he wants to play there, we're a heavy backside hand team on our inside zone stuff. Our aiming point is our chin on the front side number, our backside hand on the backside number, and we are going to be strong. We are not trying to square people up, okay? We are not trying to square people up. Stake. When the defender stakes, we vertically displace. I don't care what happens. I'm blocking somebody, and somebody plays behind me. I don't care where I'm at or what I'm doing. You must go vertical. We've now staked that guy. And again, if I'm chasing a guy, I should assume the ball is where? Behind me, right? If I'm staking a guy, where's the ball? Should be in front of me, okay? You cannot, this is probably as important thing as I think I teach and for our guys to understand in zone blocking. You cannot chase from a stake position, right? What does that mean? I'm going to clear all that. I get too much crap there. Okay. I get somebody on my backside half, I can't keep going sideways with him pushing, right? I just can't allow that to happen. The back doesn't know what the hell to do, right? Even worse is I get square on a guy. I don't want to be square on a guy, covered him up, and he's going there, and I'm covering him up going sideways because the back doesn't know how to read that. We want to press that guy with our backside hand and make it a chase, right? Because otherwise the back runs over here and he falls back here. Okay, what does this guy do? He falls off of us, makes the play. Okay, so, all right, and I'm talking pretty fast and I'm trying to get through this and not take too much time, but the lateral zone play, all right? I'm not going to go through the IDs. Everybody knows you can ID it however the heck you want to ID it, but we want to laterally displace the defender who we chase, work vertical on defenders who stake, right? Our primary angles of departure are opens and shuffles, okay? And again, I emphasize this, you cannot chase from a stake position, get vertical, okay? So let's watch some film, okay? Okay, so we're running an inside zone play to the right, okay? And I put this one on here mostly to look back at the left guard here, okay? We're running some kind of combination of these two versus got these two, right? Whatever you call that combo to him, these two are working these two, okay? Now, this goes back a little bit to that footwork decision. How are these guys going to block, right? They could open, he could open, but I think based on this guy's hand down, and this is, I give them the freedom, right? They need to communicate how they're going to block these. I don't have a lot of drills at practice, fellas. When I go to practice, here's my, we do our daily movement stuff every day, and then we go do combos, right? And we go put boom, put linebacker and whatever the zone combo is, and then they work on what is our angles of departure going to be based on where this guy's at, how he plays, right? And that's what we do for drill work, okay, every day, right? How do we block combos? Where's the backer at? What does our angles of departure need to be? Are we opening? Are we jabbing? And we talk through that, okay? And because I need these guys to be comfortable in those movements, right? And some guys like shuffling better. Some guys like opening better. They work better together when one shuffles, one opens. And that's, we spend a lot of time doing that, okay? So, but mostly I put this in to watch the backside block here of the guard, okay? And he took a small open, and he goes to block him. And the guy goes to, and he's chasing, right? And he loses head position, right? His aiming put, right? He lost head position. I'm okay with that. He went to the spot he needed to. I firmly believe this, okay? And I'm going to go back to the wide real quick, okay? There are spots that your guy's got to get to on every block, right? For him, he's got to get to here. I don't care what happens. His first two steps, he needs to get his body to here. I don't care. Don't go chasing guys who are moving. Go occupy the space that is your space. I think that's huge because I don't want a bunch of guys running sideways. We want to take care of what we can take care of. Okay? All right. So Rafi, the left guard, he takes him across and he chases him, right? So the ball goes behind him, right? Right now, what I would not want is him to try press with his right hand and get square on this guy and cover him up and keep going sideways, right? Because what would happen? He'd keep going sideways. This guy would keep going sideways. The ball would go here. This guy would put his foot in the ground, come back off and make the tackle, okay? So we want to keep moving that guy and chasing him, right? This is where it started, right? He started with the dude lined up right there, right on the inside of the tee on state, right? Backside hand, heavy backside hand. He ended up over here in the middle of the S, right? That's lateral displacement from a chase position, okay? We move that guy, right? Same thing over here. I think Bryce takes a jab because he knows it's a two technique with his left hand down. He knows we're getting some kind of movement. And now, again, he's going to be strong with his backside hand. And we're going to just turn the guy out and chase him. Okay? All right, that's a lot